Hello, my name is Melissa Tommy. I am from AS2551B. In this video, my groupmate and I are going to talk about junk food, or to be specific, the effects of junk food to the society. I will be presenting about the aim, problem statements, significance of studies, and study background. First of all, the aim. This study was made with the aim to determine the types of junk food, global demand of junk food and targeted consumers, and also the effects of junk food to the societies. Moving on to the problem statements, due to the high demand of junk food around the world, it causes a few bad effects towards society nowadays. In these studies, there are three problem statements, which are: first, what are the types of fast food? Secondly, why is fast food in demand and who is targeted? And lastly, what is the effect of junk food to the society? Next is significance of study. The research finding will benefit society by creating awareness of negative consequences of junk food consumption and increasing society's knowledge about how to avoid junk food. Furthermore, this research is intended to serve as foundation for developing comprehensive methods to address the rising health risks and protect society from the long-term negative impact of junk food consumption. Finally, the studies will have strategic implications for society in terms of planning, preventing, and controlling junk food consumption, obesity, and other health issues. For the study background, I'm going to talk about junk food. Well, what is junk food actually? Junk food, also known as fast food, is a food that is simple to prepare and to consume. They are lacking in nutritional content and contain solely fat, which is very harmful for the consumer's health. Michael Jacobson, head of the Center for Science in the Public Interest, invented the phrase junk food in 1972 in the public interest to draw attention to the issue of food with a high calorie content but a poor nutritious value. Junk food is popular due to its ease of preparation, consumption, and flavor, as well as its lengthy shelf life, which may not require refrigeration. Pizza, burgers, and sandwiches, among other things, are examples of junk food offered at restaurants. Junk food has a number of negative effects on the body, including obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and various types of skin cancer. By reducing the urge for junk food and increasing fitness awareness, it might assist in avoiding junk food for a balanced eating plan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello everyone. My name is Putri Nur Diana binti Muhitse from AS255-1B. As stated in the introduction, junk food are generally high in kilojoules, sugar, salt, but lack in nutrition, vitamin, and minerals. Junk food is so called because it doesn't contribute to healthy eating pyramid, especially when consumed in excess. Junk food, also referred as optional food. There are some examples of junk food, which are cakes and biscuits, processed foods and meats, sugary drinks, and alcoholic drinks. Is cake healthy or harmful? From the study, cake may be harmful if it is eaten continuously, almost daily. But cake is so much more than junk food. There is a conversation by Penny Wilson from Australian National University, and she is not talking about the every confection fused type with chemical concoction of preserve, flavor, color, and aerate, but What she meant is cake as a symbol of joy and celebration, as a token of love, belonging, and social occasion. There is a recent report from Hindustan Times state that the sugar and fat content on biscuit packets is often erroneous. They got some expert to reveal the secret to knowing whether the biscuits is healthy or not. This is because not all biscuits are healthy for children, and are the healthy biscuits any better than the sugar-rich creamy biscuits? Next is processed meat. Processed meat is defined as any that has been altered in order to improve its flavor or extend its shelf life. Meat processing techniques include salting, curing, fermentation, and smoking. Processed meat is typically made of pork or beef, but it can also include poultry as well as offal or meat byproducts such as blood. Bacon, ham, sausage, lunch meat, and meat-based sauce are examples of processed meat products, with the exception of simple mechanical process such as cutting, grinding, or mixing. Meat processing encompasses all processes that alter fresh meat. A processed food has been changed in some way during the preparation process, such as freezing, canning, baking, or drying. While not all processed food are harmful to our health, some of the more highly or ultra-processed varieties should be avoided. Next is sugary drinks. Sugary drinks are any beverage that contain added sugar or other sweeteners, like high fructose corn syrup, sucrose, fruit juice concentrate, and more. Soda pop, cola, tonic, lemonade, sweetened powder drinks, and energy drinks are all included. Sugary drinks are at the bottom of the list when it comes to beverages that are best for our health because they contain so many calories and almost no other nutrition. Drinking these sugar-laden beverages on a regular basis can increase the risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and other chronic disease, in addition to weight gain. For the last type of junk food is alcoholic drinks. It is an alcoholic beverage contains ethanol, a type of alcohol produced by fermentation of grains, fruits, or other sugar sources that act as a drug. In many cultures, alcohol consumption plays an important social role. Most countries have laws that govern the production, sale, and consumption of alcoholic beverage. Regulation may require the labeling of the percentage alcohol content as ABV or proof, and the use of a warning label. And while some countries outright prohibit such activities, alcoholic beverages are legal in the vast majority of the world. In 2018, the global alcoholic beverage industry exceeded $1 trillion. This is just an information for all. Alright, now I will talk about the demand of the junk food and their targets. The global consumption of junk food is undeniably increasing. The astronomical growth of the fast food industry in recent decades has resulted in a dramatic increase in the proportion of foods consumed from this outlet, and this trend is now being mirrored in the developing world, with urbanization occurring in many parts of Asia and Africa. Worryingly, fast food restaurants are most prevalent in low-income neighborhoods, and policymakers should consider limiting the number of fast food outlets per community, particularly in school zones. Different types of junk food and soft drink have raised particular content and are the predominant source of free sugar for many people. Alright, firstly, is it the demand for junk food is elastic or inelastic? There is one informal tell that the demand for junk food is elastic, meaning it responds to price changes. Some people abroad believe that if the price of their junk food was raised to $10 per bag, sales would drop significantly because junk food consumers do not require this product. They are extremely sensitive to price changes, and if the price rise, they will substitute other foods for the ones they would otherwise buy. We might even see a shift in national eating habits if junk food become more expensive and healthy food become less expensive. Next is the convenience of junk food. The convenience factor is one of the main reasons for fast food's popularity. Instead of spending time in the kitchen and at the grocery store preparing a meal, you can get a full meal in minutes at a fast food restaurant. For example, McDonald's is the most popular fast food restaurant. And one of the most important aspects of McDonald's convenience is how they serve their food. Most McDonald's meals can be eaten with just your hands and do not require any cutlery. As a result, their meals can be consumed at any time from any location. Time is also a major consideration for many people when deciding where and what to eat. Many college students, for example, struggle to find time in their schedule to cook or go out for a healthy meal. As a result, it has been reported that 23% of college students consume fast food on a daily basis, and 50% consume at least 3 fast foods per week. Fast food has a strong hold on a large portion of the American food economy due to its convenience. Many people regard it as a quick and simple, and many people find those qualities appealing in their food. Then let's talk about the accessibility of junk food or for junk food. Our research also discovered that junk food is accessible, which refers to the ease with which it can be reached or entered. The availability of fast food restaurants in the United States as well as in Malaysia has become a public health concern. Americans and Malaysians nowadays have a plethora of choices. For example, wherever we go in Malaysia, we could always find a McDonald's, Pizza Hut, Burger King, KFC or Family Mart. Whereas in America, they can always find a McDonald's, Jack in the Box, Carl's Jr. or In-N-Out. Although not the best source of nutrients, all of these outlets with a fast food menu for jumbo burger meals are delicious, especially for Malaysian and American. Scientists from the University of Sydney also examined publicly available data on the health of the most popular food stall and menu items in Sydney and Auckland advertised on online food delivery service. The same thing is happening everywhere, including Malaysia. Unsurprisingly, scientists found that most of the food on the food delivery service menu are actually very unhealthy. The majority of popular food outlets in any country and city are classified as unhealthy, and this factor reached 73% in Sydney and 74% in Auckland as we found. Only 5% and 4% of the branch were classified as healthy, respectively. Obviously, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, this trend has accelerated the demand for online food delivery. In fact, many delivery services had to hire more people to keep up with the rising demand. Online food service are already growing in popularity around the world, changing the traditional way people access restaurant and takeaway foods, said Dr. Stephanie Partridge, the study's lead author. Now, the target of the junk food is kids and teenagers. Food marketing take advantage of children's and adolescents' developmental vulnerability. Children under the age of 5, for example, are unable to distinguish between a program and an advertisement when watching television. Even older children who can acknowledge advertisement lack the cognitive skill and experience needed to critically interpret marketing message. As a result, unhealthy food marketing targets children both as consumers in their own right and as intermediaries who can influence other consumers, particularly their parents and peers. Commercial television broadcasting is also associated with childhood obesity, and researchers believe this link is likely due to advertising of unhealthy foods. The promotion of unhealthy products not only encourages brand switching within a product category but also increase consumption of specific food categories such as fast food and soft drinks. Sponsorship has an impact on children's preference as well. Because of what? And additional studies of 10 to 14 years old involved in local sport discovered that they were very aware of their club sponsor, especially when there were food and beverage companies. In a recent study of Australian children aged 10 to 16 years old, it was discovered that watching food branded video content on YouTube and seeing favorite food brand advertised online were both linked to higher consumption of unhealthy food and beverage. Lastly, I will talk and explain more about the effect of the junk food to the individual and society. Eating junk food as a regular basis can lead to an increased risk of obesity and chronic diseases like type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, and some social life effects. Diabetes is a chronic health condition that affects our body, turns food into energy. Most of the food that we eat is broken down into sugar, also called as glucose, and released into our bloodstream. When our blood sugar goes up, it signals our pancreas to release insulin. People who drink sugary drinks on a regular basis, 1 to 2 cans per day or more, have a 26% higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes than those who drink them infrequently. Young adults and Asians are particularly vulnerable. There is compelling evidence that sugar sweetened soft drinks contribute to the development of diabetes. The Nurses' Health Study followed the health of over 90,000 women for 8 years to investigate this relation. Nurses who report drinking 1 or more serving of a sugar-sweetened soft drink or fruit punch per day were twice as likely to develop type 2 diabetes during the study as those who rarely drank this beverage. This clearly shows how dangerous excess sugar is in our bodies. The study also found that drinking more artificially sweetened beverage in a place of sugary beverage did not appear to lessen diabetes risk. However, replacing 1 daily serving of a sugary beverage with water, coffee, or tea was linked with a 2 until 10% lower risk of diabetes. this is a little bit information about high cholesterol. High cholesterol is when you have too much of a fatty substance called cholesterol in your blood. Poor diet, obesity, lack of exercise, smoking, and alcohol are the factors that can increase the risk of unhealthy cholesterol level. Then, processed meat is also classified as Group 1 carcinogenic to humans by the World Health Organization, International Agency for Research on Cancer, because the IARC has found sufficient evidence that it causes colorectal cancer in humans. Processed meat, on the other hand, does not pose the same cancer risk as tobacco or alcohol. Processed meat consumption also increases the risk of stomach cancer, according to a 2016 report by the American Institute for Cancer Research and the World Cancer Research Fund. Next effect is obesity. Obesity means the more sugary beverage a person consumes each day, the more calories he or she consumes later on. People compensate for a large meal by eating fewer calories at a later meal, which is the opposite of what happened with solid food. For a variety of reasons, this compensatory effect does not appear to be present after consuming soft drink. Fluids do not provide the same sense of fullness or satisfaction as solid foods because the body does not register liquid calories the same way it does solid food calories. It may cause a person to continue eating even after consuming a high-calorie drink. And then sweet tasting soft drink may stimulate the appetite for other sweet, high carbohydrate foods, regardless of whether they are sweetened with sugar or a calorie-free sugar substitutes. And even though soda contains more sugar than a cookie, people are more likely to limit food than beverage because they think of soda as a drink and a cookie as a dessert. According to the Framingham Heart Study, men and women who consume one or more soft drinks per day were 25% more likely to develop blood sugar problems and nearly 50% more likely to develop metabolic syndrome. For the effect of junk food to the society, feeding a child is more than just about nutrition. This is because it's also about expressing love. Low-income parents, on the other hand, are more likely to eat fast food and processed snacks. It is not because that they don't know about healthy eating or do not care about their children's health. This is just because junk food is a cost-effective way to meet their child's needs and desires. Parental affection in the form of candy and soda on parental visits is a common occurrence for many foster parents. A new Stanford study explained why some parents prefer to express their love through fast food. The author discovered that being able to satisfy a child's request might motivate poor parents to buy that can of soda more than affordability alone. After conducting in-depth interviews with more than 160 parents and children from all walks of life. Priya Fielding Singh, the study's creator, was inspired by her own childhood experience growing up in a foster family. As for social life effect, alcohol consumption can also affect work performance in several ways. They are absence, work accident, productivity, and unemployment. There is ample evidence that people with alcohol dependence and drinking problem take sick leave more frequently than the other employees, costing employers, and social security system a significant amount of money. According to a survey conducted in Australia, workers with drinking problem are nearly 3 times more likely than others to miss work due to injury. Next is their workplace unfortunate incident. In India, alcohol is blamed for approximately 40% of workplace accidents. Alcohol also may be to blame for up to 25% of workplace accidents and around 60% of fatal workplace accidents in the United Kingdom. Then, there is the issue of work productivity. Workplace drinking can reduce productivity, and it is influenced by both the amount and pattern of drinking. Heavy drinkers are perceived by co-workers to have lower performance, problem in personal relationship, and a lack of self-direction, despite the fact that drinkers do not necessarily perceive effect on their work performance. Lastly, there is the unemployed workers. Heavy drinking or alcohol abuse can lead to unemployment, which can lead to increased drinking. That's all from me.
Hello, my name is Susan binti Tion. I am from AS2551B. In this study, we could see that taking too much fast food might be harmful to human life. Identify what you eat and make a good choice of food are key to eating healthy. Therefore, there are a few recommendations of how to avoid taking too much fast food to get a better life and health. Firstly, practice mindful eating. Mindful eating can help us to be more aware of our actions, thoughts, feelings, and motivations, as well as gain knowledge into the roots of health and happiness. Practice mindful eating could help to decrease taking lots of fast food by referring to the food pyramids. Based on the food pyramids, we should take a lot of fruits and vegetables instead of fast food as our daily habit. Fruit and vegetables are good for the body. Fruit and vegetables are part of well-balanced diet that can help to lose weight because they are low in saturated fat, salt, and sugar. Other than that, fruit and vegetables could help in lowering of inflammations, cholesterol, and blood pressure. Secondly, we could avoid taking much fast food by planning our fast food time. It is important to know that fast food is not only normal but also a healthy habit as long as the fast food nutritional content is beneficial. We should decrease the intake of fast food by arranging our schedule of eating fast food. Fast food should be served at the appropriate time by making a proper schedule for your fast food time. Make sure you follow the fast food schedule. For example, if you are usually taking fast food 3 times a day, then you need to take it to be once a day. After you successfully change your fast food intake for a day, then you need to take a look at your fast food intake in a week. If you are usually taking fast food 6 times a week, then you need to decrease it step by step by taking only 4 fast food a week until it reaches only 1 or 2 fast food in a week. Lastly, to avoid taking much of fast food is buy less fast food and think before you eat and drink. Weight gain, heart disease, and diabetes were all related to eating fast food. Fast food ingredients are high in fat, oil, rich in fatty acid, sugar, and don't have the nutritive value that might cause digestive issue, lack of energy, and risk of diabetes. So, even if you pay more on fresh food now, you will save a lot of money in the long term of medications and doctor visits. Therefore, you are what you eat is a great phrase that refers to the needs of eating healthy food to achieve a healthy and fit life. In conclusion, it can be stated that fast food exists in our society's modern way of life, but sadly, it has long-term effect on the human body, healthy, and it also has other negative effect on a family finance. However, eating fast food once in a while is tolerable, but it would be perfect if people avoided it as much as possible. I think that's all from us. Thank you.